In the video from the phone screen, a mother sings a bedtime song to her twin sons and gently tucks them in. The father drives the boys to their mother's country house. One of the sons, named Elias, makes a drawing for his mom where he and his brother are holding her hands, signing it from Lukas and Elias. The father refuses to enter the house to greet his ex-wife. They look for their mother inside the house and in the yard. Upon entering her bedroom, they find it dimly lit, the bed unmade, and flies buzzing over leftover food. The mother appears in a bathrobe and a post-operative mask that completely covers her face and head.
And look at you. So grown up. You're gaining on me.
She explains that she underwent a procedure, specifically surgery, and would prefer not to be seen like this. One of the sons asks if she is ill, but the mother assures them that she is fine and just needed a reset. Elias is puzzled, as their father hadn't mentioned anything about this, and the mother hopes it can be their little secret. In their room, the boys unpack their things. Elias asks his brother what's under Mom's mask. With a smug expression, his brother suggests it's the same as the raccoon they saw dead on the road. Elias is disturbed by this and asks him to stop talking like that, throwing a pillow at him in defense of their mother. She appears in the doorway and asks if everything is okay, then gives her sons a model spaceship. Mom asks them to follow a few simple rules while she's recovering. Don't run, don't shout, don't invite guests for a while, don't open the blinds as the sun is harmful for her skin, and also don't enter her office, bedroom, or the barn. There's no need to argue either. She asks if everything is clear. One of the twins gives her a drawing. She admires it, noting its beauty. In the evening, the boys play a game on their phone and munch on pizza. Mom is surprised they have a phone and advises them not to spend too much time on the gadget. Elias suggests doing something together, but Mom doesn't support the idea. While watching TV, Elias rests his head on Mom's shoulder. Then she reads to the twins before bed. Wishing them good night, she hurries out of the room, but Elias asks her to sing a song as usual. Mom replies that he's grown up now. The brothers have a heart-to-heart talk, harboring doubts about their mother. They feel she might not love them anymore and seems little like her usual self. Later, they hum a lullaby she always sang to them, while she listens from behind the door, barely holding back tears. The next morning, the woman sips coffee and browses through a newspaper. Meanwhile, the boys are outside, playfully shooting at tomatoes and wandering around. Despite their mother's instructions, they sneak into the barn. There, they discover some toys and comics. A dark red stain on the wall catches Elias's attention. As the boys emerge from the barn, their mother catches them and sharply scolds them for their misbehavior, forbidding them to leave the house. While Lukas treats a scrape on Elias's elbow, they discuss what happened. Elias thinks the spot he saw on the barn wall was blood, while Lukas suggests it might just be paint. Elias dreams of the ominous red spot, abruptly waking up to the discomfort of his dampened sheets. He hears a sound and steps into the hallway, where he inadvertently overhears his mother's phone conversation. She talks about how hard it is to keep pretending, how she can't stand being in the house, and mentions that Elias went into the barn and is always with Lukas. Hearing a noise, she suspects her son might have overheard her. Elias races back to his bed and his mother follows to check if he's asleep. In the morning, the brothers discuss what they overheard the night before. Their mom comes in and asks what's being washed in the machine. Elias replies,
"My sheets."
To gather more information about their mother, the boys transform a walkie-talkie into a makeshift baby monitor. They decide to place one of them under their mother's bed. While the woman sleeps in front of the TV, the twins sneak into her room. Elias sees a photo of them, with the image facing down. The mother heads upstairs, and the brothers hide wherever they can. Elias, from his hiding spot, notices his drawing in the trash bin. Watching from the closet, he is puzzled to see his mom take off her robe and dance in front of the mirror. He is also surprised to find her smoking, as he knows she can't stand the smell of tobacco. As she moves around the room, she notices the drawing is not in the trash and tears it to pieces. The brothers now have growing questions about their mother. Lukas is almost certain the woman is not who she claims to be, while Elias remains doubtful, but Lukas knows how to plant doubts in his brother's mind.
Remember when Mom said we were too old for our song? What if she didn't sing it because she didn't know the words? She sang it every bedtime. Yeah, Mom did. I don't think that's our mother.
Moreover, he finds evidence supporting his suspicion. In a photo, their mother's eyes are green, but the eyes of the woman living with them are blue. Lukas urges to call their father or leave him a message. Meanwhile, their mother tries to enter the room and talk to them. She admits that things have not been smooth between them and suggests they start over. She offers to make chicken nuggets for dinner, but Elias says they are not hungry. The mother insists that they come out, while Lukas signals that they need to call their father. Before bed, Elias watches a video on his phone of his mother tucking him and his brother in and singing a lullaby. His mom bursts into his room, searching for the phone, angry about the call to their father.
You called your father. Now the last thing I need is that man up my ass about whatever stories you're telling him.
She snatches the phone from Elias's hands and throws it into a waste disposer.
This is what happens when you don't tell the truth.
Seething with rage, the boys decide to take turns sleeping that night. Listening through their surveillance device, they hear their mother crying when she's alone. In the middle of the night, Elias, hearing calm music, heads towards it and discovers his mother having a bath in the dim light, her face covered with a cosmetic mask. Elias sneaks up and tries to remove the mask, but his mother, startled, grabs him. To break free, he pushes her forcefully and escapes from her grasp.
What is wrong with you?
He runs to his room, locks the door, and barricades it with a dresser. His mother insists he open the door, but when Elias refuses, she breaks in. Elias declares she's not their mother, while Lukas urges him not to provoke her. Their mother slaps Elias and showers him with cold water, demanding he acknowledge her as their mother. After a long resistance, Elias finally admits she is their mother. In her bedroom, the woman sits on the bed to file a nail on her foot. But as she pulls at a hangnail, she ends up peeling the skin from her finger and then gradually from her entire body. However, it turns out to be just a nightmare of Elias. Waking up terrified, the boys decide to flee. On a rainy night, they find an unoccupied house and stay there to wait out the storm, all the while worrying about where their real mother might be. Uncomfortable in the complete silence, Elias asks his brother to tell him something, and Lukas recounts a legend that before they were born, they were one person, but then decided to split into two so they would never be alone. Elias falls into a restless, frightening dream featuring a handprint, and then the skinless body of their mother crawling towards him. He wakes up to a touch, scared, but fortunately it's the police. The brothers sit at a table, answering the police officers' questions. They reveal that they do not know the woman they've been living with, and that her face is always concealed. The police promise to provide them with protection and a safe place with a bed. However, as they are transported in the police car, Lukas recognizes the route and realizes they are being deceived and taken back home. In panic, Elias begs them to stop the car. At the house, they are greeted by the woman without her mask. She thanks the police for their work. The officer, recognizing her as a former movie star, requests a selfie, but she declines, stating,
I don't have my face on.
From the second floor, the boys eavesdrop on a conversation between the police and the woman. She asserts that she would never harm her child. The police inquire about certain details, like Elias's split lip, to which she explains that he slipped while playing at the pool. She also suggests that Elias has trouble distinguishing reality from fantasy. The police believe the woman and depart, and she promises to send them DVDs of her movies. The boys are more unsettled than their seemingly calm mother. They can't shake off the thought of finding their biological mother and start devising a new plan. The mother enters her son's room.
I know you're not asleep.
And mentions that it's just them in the house now. She tries to explain the ordeal she went through while searching for them during the storm, which forced her to remove her mask 3 days earlier than planned. She acknowledges that she can be ignored and feared, but insists that, ultimately, he will have to learn to love her because she isn't going anywhere. Then the woman retreats to her bedroom, sits on the bed, and wipes away her tears. The boys then leave their room. In the morning, she wakes up to find herself taped to the bed. The boys approach, demanding to know where their real mother is. Elias shows her a photo, pointing out the discrepancy in eye color. She asks them to check her bag for green contact lenses she wears for work. Instead, Elias fills a bucket with water and ice. Elias is determined to extract the truth about their mother. He throws a bucket of ice-cold water at the woman in a bed, repeatedly asking where their mother is and what she has done with her. The woman insists she is his mother, arguing that she fed and raised him. Elias brings a torn drawing from his room and asks how it happened. He believes their real mother would keep the drawing instead of discarding it like trash. The woman admits her action was a mistake. Lukas calls for Elias, wanting to leave with him, convinced the woman is still pretending, but she pleads for them to believe her. Elias rushes out of the room, determined to see for himself if the contact lenses the woman mentioned are in her bag. While Elias searches for the bag, Lukas gets there first and confirms there are no lenses, swearing they will find their real mother and insisting the priority is to leave.
No contacts, just like I said.
Are you sure?
You don't believe me?
No, I do, but
You're letting her get between us.
Lukas gathers his belongings and waits for his brother downstairs. Elias grabs his bag, ready to leave, but hears his mother pleading for him to come to her. She admits he's right. She hasn't been herself and promises to change. She urges him to untie her and listen to her instead of Lukas. Elias seems about to untie her, but he hesitates, questioning her again about the discarded drawing. While she tries to justify her actions, Lukas appears and prevents Elias from freeing their mother.
Get the tape.
Elias, following Lukas's directive, gags their mother,
No, honey, I'm still healing.
covering the gag with tape despite all her pleas. Downstairs, the boys are gathering supplies when the police appear at the door. A policewoman asks to speak with their mother. She's skeptical of the boy's responses and bombards him with questions. However, her partner believes Elias is telling the truth and urges her to leave. Meanwhile, their mother tries to make loud noises to attract attention, but to no avail. The police decide to depart. As the policewoman walks to her car, she hears a loud crash. Their mother has managed to knock a lamp to the floor. Nevertheless, the police ignore it and drive away. Lukas remarks that Elias can't lie and proceeds to call an Uber. Once they're on the road, Elias remembers he forgot his toothbrush and rushes back into the house to check his mother's bag himself, to be certain there are no green lenses. To his surprise, he finds the lenses in the bag. Lukas appears, expressing his regret.
you lied. That's her.
You have to listen to me.
Why do you hate her?
I'll tell you, but you can't let her go.
Elias hurries upstairs to free his mother, with Lukas trying to stop him, but Elias cuts through the tape. He embraces his mother tightly, sincerely apologizing and admitting that it was all Lukas telling him what to do. He can't find Lukas. His brother has disappeared somewhere. His mother asks him to come with her. She takes a kerosene lamp and leads him to the barn. Opening the door, she invites him in. They climb the stairs and find themselves in front of that dark red stain. His mother asks if he understands what it is. Elias says it's paint, but his mother tries to help him remember and realize that it's actually a blood stain and a bullet mark. Elias is terrified to look, with his eyes squeezed tight shut. His mother insists that he needs to acknowledge and believe what happened, as she can no longer pretend and watch her son talk and play with Lukas, whom he accidentally killed several years ago. Elias is tormented, crying, denying everything, begging her to stop. His mother shines the lamplight on the wall with the bloodstain. She tells him he's not to blame, that it was a freak accident, trying to comfort and justify him, for he didn't know the gun was loaded. Different memories flash through Elias's mind. He's utterly frightened, and without realizing what he's doing, he pushes his mother, who falls from the height. The boy looks down at her, lying motionless, while the hay that covers the barn floor is already burning. Shaking with fear, he calls out to his mother,
Mom? Mommy?
but she shows no signs of life. Realizing what has happened, he runs out of the barn in tears. He runs away from the fire, crying, vomiting from the intense nervous tension. Suddenly, he feels a touch on his shoulder. Turning around, he sees imaginary versions of his mother and Lukas. She smiles calmly, embraces her little boy, and tells him that he is not to blame for anything. I hope you found this story as intriguing as I did. If you enjoyed this video, please show your support by hitting the like button. It really helps the channel grow. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on more fascinating stories like this. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights always add so much to our discussions. Until next time, and take care. And please subscribe to my Telegram channel, where I share the uncensored recaps. The link is in the description and the pinned comment.